Hello, hello, welcome one and all to another episode of Let's Cook. I'm Chef Nabeel, and today we have an amazing classic for you and hope you will like it. So let's start cooking. All right, today we are doing a cake from the 90s, I guess, San Sebastian. It's originated in Spain, or so they claim. And the Sebastian is basically a cheesecake, but it has no crust, no bottom. Okay, so let's start very quickly. We want to start with 1 kilo of cream cheese. And I'm using this bigger cream cheese, beautiful Australian cream cheese from Maza, okay? Sorry. Okay, we'll put the cream cheese into the mixer, just cut it up a little bit. Okay, it's a bit messy, guys, but get in there, get in with your hands, have some fun, don't worry about it, as long as your hands are clean, okay? Keep them sanitized all time. All right, so we'll just cut them up, and I will get the machine going. I hope it doesn't make too much noise, and if it makes noise, we will just cut away and come back to you. Anyway, so we have the cream cheese in. Let me wash my hands and get it sanitized in my little box here. Okay. And before we move to anything else, let me break it down. Okay, it doesn't make that much noise, does it? Now, you really need the cream cheese to be at room temperature, okay? And make it faster. If you use it cold, it won't be that easy to do. Okay, it will take much longer. So I have it running on low speed here. I'm just trying to break it down, and then I will add 350 grams of sugar. Let me take this out of the way. And my sugar is measured. And let's do like this. The beautiful thing about the Sebastian doesn't have too many ingredients. It's very easy to do, very easy to make, and it's foolproof. Okay? So I'll put it slightly higher speed. Now this mixer is actually a commercial grade mixer, okay? It's not the one you use at home, as you could see, but this is one of the smaller ones, but it's quite, I can't live without it, to be honest with you. All right, so next, we need to add 5 eggs, okay? The eggs should be at room temperature, okay? Because all our ingredients are at room temperature. And we want to add them one at a time. When you add the eggs, we will add them one at a time, as I said, and reduce the speed, okay? So it is nice and creamy here. So the cream cheese and the sugar incorporated and became creamy, and I will reduce the speed. The important thing about the Sebastian is you don't want to incorporate air into it. So you do it as fast as possible, okay? And low speed after you put the eggs. Okay, remember, one at a time. I want full incorporation between the eggs and the batter. Okay, that's 3. Four. The Sebastian became very popular, as I said, I would say about 15 years ago. And it really took off all over the world. And it came to Bahrain here. And up to now, people order it in coffee shops and restaurants. It's a great with coffee. There are many ways to do it, to be honest with you. This is my favorite way of doing it. Hopefully, I mean, done very well for us, okay, in the restaurant. This is the 5th one, okay. After that, we will add some flour, some vanilla, okay, and the cream. I also like to add a pinch of salt, just a pinch, not too much. You know, salt brings out the sweetness of the desserts. So don't be afraid to use it, but not too much, okay? Now, I just need to put a tablespoon of flour. Okay, it's measured already. Okay, and we are done and ready for the cream. The important thing is for the cream is you put it at the lowest speed of the machine. Now we will just scrape, always scrape. You have to excuse us, we're in a studio, we are not in a proper kitchen, so I don't have all the necessary equipment that we take for granted at home or in the restaurant. You know, like a rubber spatula. So improvise. We still do okay, so don't worry. As the man said, Hakuna Matata. Okay, I see some lumps in here. I don't want any lumps. Okay, that's very important. So I will run it at slightly higher speed, and then before I add the cream, I will reduce the speed. Is that noisy? Okay, it looks fine to me. What you could do also, before you actually put it into the spring pan, is to run it through a sieve, okay? So anyway, you definitely don't want any lumps in it. Okay, low speed, and we will go slow with the cream, let it incorporate, and it's very important, I want to do it as fast as possible before air is incorporated. So don't, here I've used the pedal attachment, not the whip, because the whip will incorporate air into it, and I don't want any air. Okay? Believe it or not, our cake is ready for the oven. So all we need to do now, as I said, you run it through a sieve to eliminate any lumps, and go. You need a 9-inch spring pan for this. Okay, this is the spring pan, in case you don't know. It opens from here, and the bottom just come out. Okay, it's easy to take. You could put parchment paper on the bottom and cover the sides as well. A lot of people do that. I don't. I just go straight with it. I don't even use, you don't need to butter it, okay? I don't. So I like rugged edges on it. But you could. One more thing about this cake. I did it before. I used saffron and cardamom, and it came out great. It tasted Bahraini style, you know. So if you want, just add a teaspoon of cardamom and a few strings of saffron, and you're gonna have an amazing Bahraini San Sebastian, okay? I would have done it for you, but I wanted to show it to you classic way. And then you can go with, and you can also, by the way, you can add lemon and lemon zest into it. It will be perfect, okay? You can add blueberries if you like. At this stage, all good. Okay, it's your cake, you do with it whatever you like. We are ready to do this, to pour it in here. So let's go. We'll come back to you in a second. All right, so our batter is ready. I will pour it in the spring pan through a sieve. Okay, I don't want any lumps in there. I'll take it out of your way. All right. Again, I don't have some of the necessary equipment, but we are doing very well. Okay, it will work. So anyway, just let it go through. And you see it has some lumps in here, which will damage the cake. It's nice. Okay. Okay. I think this is a smaller pan than 9-inch, but doesn't matter, we'll just put as much as we can fit in. Again, it will be easier to take out if you have the parchment paper, as I will show you in a minute once we are done with this. Once this is done, it will go into a 190 or 200 degree oven. Okay, we need a hot oven, we need to burn this. And it will be there for about 55 minutes. Well, it's quite lumpy actually. Anyway, this, of course, the Sebastian will rise in the oven. It likes temperature. So it will rise. After you take it out of the oven, it will collapse, which is standard. Not an issue at all, okay? Because it is a very fragile cake. There is nothing to hold it. There is no base. Just like a building, you know? If you don't have a solid base for it, it will collapse. But at least this one is a sweet collapse. All right, that's enough. Now, shake it. And then we need to tap on the surface to get the air bubbles out. As you could see, if you could see it on the camera, some air bubbles coming out. Okay, and it's ready for the oven. Make sure the edges are clean, otherwise they will burn in the oven, and that's not pretty. Okay, as much as you can. 190 degrees, 200 degrees for 55 minutes. Let's go. So, the problem with the Sebastian, sorry, I have to clean here. I don't like dirty, messy kitchen. The problem with the Sebastian, as I said, it's a very fragile cake, which means it's very hard to take out of the pan. What you need to do is to, once it's done, let it sit on the counter for 2-3 hours to cool down, okay? And then put it back into the fridge overnight. Otherwise, it would be very difficult to take out. Believe me, I tried, okay? And I had many unfortunate accidents, let's call them that. So, for time purposes, I had made one last night, and I will show it to you now, and we'll test it. But before I do that, actually, I can't remember anything. Let me clean here, and let's do. You know, you could serve it as is. It's really perfect as is, but you can go a notch higher. You could make a sauce for it, okay? You may want chocolate sauce, as many coffee shops in Bahrain do, or I prefer mixed berry sauce. It's very simple sauce. I have berries here, okay? And I just opened a bag of frozen berries. They're organic, by the way, okay? And we'll let them bubble straight. They are frozen. I did not defrost them, okay? They will defrost nicely and cook. And then we will add some sugar to it and a squeeze of lemon. That's basically the sauce. And then you put it on top of the Sebastian, and it is wonderful. While that is doing, let's bring the cake that I made last night, okay? We'll be right back with you. All right, so this is the Sebastian that I made yesterday. It's quite cold, and we're going to try to move it in one piece, hopefully. We don't want an accident on TV. Okay, so let me see. Opened it. It opened nicely. Ah, perfect. Okay. Now, I have parchment paper on the bottom. I could try sliding the cake board underneath between the spring and the cake, but I don't like to take that risk. I'm gonna flip it over, okay? So, oh, the smell of berries are beautiful. Okay, let me find out where I left my boards, okay? I'll be with you in a second. All right, so I have my board here, and I'm gonna do something I don't like to do on camera, and that is flipping a Sebastian over. All right, so far so good. Just trying to release this. All right, so let's take this out and the parchment paper. Okay. And all of them. Make sure there are no paper. Paper does not taste good these days, especially wax paper. Okay, and now we'll flip it back. There we go. You could never do this with one that is out of the oven, okay? So you need to let it sit in your fridge overnight. Let's see here, my sauce is cooking nicely. I want to I want the all the strawberries to and the berries to melt. Okay, it's time to add the sugar, I guess. Let me see. I just add about a quarter. You want to melt it. You don't need to thicken it, by the way. Once it gets cold, the berries have too much pectin in them that they will thicken up the sauce. Okay, let me put this on a plate. All right, so we cut this. We'll be cutting it in a minute, and here we have the. I just love the smell. You know, the smell of berries are the best. Okay, I'll just put a squeeze of lemon. Not too much. It's okay. Some seeds don't hurt. Okay, depends how sweet or how tarty you like it. Yes, I do have a couple of seeds in it, but that's quite all right. Now, to use it, to be honest with you, it has to cool down the sauce. So let's try cutting a piece of the Sebastian. Okay. Now, every time you cut, you have to go and clean your knife, because it will have crumbs all over it. Okay. It's really a very soft cake, but I think we had it in the freezer by mistake. Okay, this not cut through all the way through. Let me cut it all the way through. Okay. So that is the piece. I like to serve it like this. Many people like to put it on the side, like so. And then they take the sauce and put it. Now, it's a sin to put it hot, but you know, we will do it anyway. Just give me a second. You know, it really should cool down. I want you to know, but this is TV, so we'll just go pretend. There you go. You would never, ever, ever put hot sauce on your Sebastian. As I said, you know, I prefer the mixed berries. Many people like it with chocolate. Chocolate sauce is very easy to make. We will be doing it some other episodes, so you can see it there. Anyway, I hope you like this. Please try it, and hopefully we will see you again. And until then, I bid you peace. Thank you.